are revealed as worthless because these values are not compatible during the concrete conflict, which many are dying, starving, and homeless. Culture and art cannot ignore the destruction of spirit, of the right to live in the cruel seas, refugee camps, and bombed ruins of the eastern Mediterranean regions and other places in the world, including America. My name is Biba Sheikh. I have a global healing arts production company called Mediterranean Fire, and within it, there are several artists from different countries. And today we have with us an artist who is going to join us named Sinan Hussein from Istanbul, Turkey. He is originally from Iraq, and his refugee hood has led him towards a nomadic existence. And I don't know if you can see it, but we have one of his paintings that are in Mediterranean Fire Project, which he created specifically for the project. It is, I'm not sure actually if the audience can see the painting. I'm wondering myself right now because I brought it here for it to be seen by the public. Um, I'd have to get a sign from the producers if this painting is actually on the screen or not. Um, in any case, yes. So in Mitli Mitlak, there's a certain painting that incites this destruction of war. Um, with destroyed city of in its in really brown and burned tones, where the sky, the blueness of the sky, is brighter than anything that you could see on the ground. Desolate spirits and out of life souls are extending from the open hands of Mary. They're protruding from her hands, emanating from her hands, um, as other spirits fly above her, and other out of life beings, which are half animal, uh, are also at her side. The intensities of pain and the electrical charges from the nervous system are connected to the visions in the third eye. A refugee with colonized traits is resembling a spirit kind of from the 1800s. Um, he or she is with people in his or her heart that give him happiness, even in the predicament of losing all. In his hands, there is a dead child. It seems this character is very confused and very far from himself, and he seems to have worked so hard to actually create sort of be westernized, create a Western appearance, and he seems to deny that his goals are destroyed and unattainable through the destruction of his homeland. He does not know himself, only the mediatized personality which he has created as a defense mechanism. So I think what I'm describing right now, which is seen in the painting, is um, I think it's something related to the ego, and it's related to all people. Um, the the image, the creation of this image, the image that is our freedom to create. And now that I'm thinking of it, in the ancient Egyptian um, beliefs and philosophies, it is the image, which is the Ka, that is actually more related to truth than the actual biological being. So this double or this double of the person, this image, is actually what goes on to live immortally after life, according to the ancient Egyptian philosophies. Whereas now, for in our society, we kind of we have this split between um, professional, personal, and private life. And the image is sometimes, I think most of the time in Western society, considered um, a kind of more superficial than the other being within ourselves that is, you know, is kind of, you know, there within somehow. And so, kind of a defense or survival mechanism in a lot of cases in the way we tend to view it. This in the painting that I was describing, he does not, he is posing for the camera with this dead child in his hand, and this all accepting Mary does enshrine him. And the weeping creatures out of her hands are in the shape of swollen flowers, which are burnt out and exhausted. And to view this westernized refugee um, makes one feel that it is only the beginning of a very, very, very vast journey that will entail much more turmoil, and will strip away his western wing and dull his wide-eyed grin into a smile of sadness. This painting by Sinan Hussein, as the other four that he created, were commissioned for the project Midli Mitlak and Right to Live. The actors of a theater production depended on the paintings to create the scenes. In Mitli Mitlak and in Right to Live, which is the theater production, the refugee exodus follows the elegant party scene, and the actors thus presented a very high energy party. And the way that we worked it was by doing improvisations. We were trying to figure out how to have a party in a theater production on stage, but in a way that was, I hate to use the word authentic, but that could really transcend a boundary energetically and in the definition of a party. And so what we did, and what really made it happen, was that we were working on improvisations about getting released from jail. So in order to find the ecstatic celebration of freedom at the end of war, which is why they were having a party. They were having a party because it was announced that the 17-year civil war had finally come to an end. We did improvisations about being freed after having been held in captivity in a prison. So those emotions and impulses and expressions and ways of relating to each other to create this elegant party scene actually were coming from imagining and you know working on this freedom from prison. And in order to find this scene, also, it was the artist Sinan Hussein who made a series of paintings for us, which were exhibited during the theater production. And the characters of his paintings were what the actors brought to life. Like in his paintings, a lot of the characters have flowers coming out of their heads, which is what he describes as each flower being a thought. So when they entered the party in Midli Midlak, they entered with in a large group all together, bringing with them lots and lots and lots of thoughts. And so you could see the flowers, growing out of their heads, these refugees that were having a party. And um, they were dressed in costumes, and to celebrate this coming of this end of war, Sinan Hussein had fleshed out the scene in a very sensitive way where the poverty, hunger, and indignation of desolate war is contrasted by the lightness and the social masks representing different levels um, of consciousness, and this formality of dressing up lavishly in intricate details of the simplest and most valueless material like rubbish, leaves, street cones. This further push the characters into party mode by the simple vision of Sinan's romantic cello playing elephant masked refugee. So, from what I'm telling you, you can understand that um, he was not like a lot of artists, just working off of photographs, or presenting the typical, image, refugee image and vision and everything. He was seeing them in different contexts, like, for example, a refugee flying a kite, or refugees having a party, and um, in this party scene um, of the theater production, um, Ruba, the character, is singing to cello music, singing, "My executioner is moving very slowly, and he took my breath away. To die is the flight of a bird, and the vibration is calling me. It is calling me from a higher frequency. I see the ethereal curtains from where behind the truth resides." And in his paintings, the delegates from the out of life are waiting at the scenes because they want to be in life. They want to have a party and converse with other souls. And when this character Ruba is actually stabbed by a knife, the out of life delegates perform the soul migration ceremony with a spirit riding act, and it is based on singing and dance. And the out of life delegates and all the characters in this scene at the end of the soul migration of Ruba remove their masks, and they're all very pleased to have improvised the new scene for their play opening tomorrow night. So it was actually, in the end, a play within a play. Um, in the party scene of Mitli Mitlak, I'm being summoned to the door, and this is the first time I'm standing up in the live stream. So I'm gonna stand up and go to the door. We have on our mobile phone the artist whom I've been talking to you about, Sinan Hussein, and I'm going to put him on the speaker. It seems we can't get an image of him. Hello, Sinan. Good. I'm gonna put you on the speaker. Just a moment. Okay. So I'd like to introduce to everybody Sinan Hussein. Sinan, I've been discussing your painting, um, the um, the one with Mary, the and also the party scene, and I was telling them about how you don't typically paint the normal refugee scenes, and that you put them in different contexts, like refugees having a party, or as you explained to me, flying a kite. So now that we have you here, could you talk to us about the characters in your paintings, especially the spirits and the out of life, and what is your relation between the two worlds?
Yeah, first time I want talking about is that like you like me is that concept about is the is this situation for the my my is the painting. Specific is this painting because you tell me about it is the refugee and that story uh, like my story because I'm I'm artist but I'm also refugee when I come from Iraq I go to the Jordan after that go to the Kuwait after to America this long long time it is too much brush for me and after that I get the refugee and uh, the, my painting is uh, between two words because it's the I put it is the figure fly in the in the sky
Mm-hmm.
but not in the specific in the sky okay because it's the soul it's the soul
Mm-hmm.
is it is it is soul for a refugee. A refugee,
A
they
refugee
want to
soul.
refugee. They want to get in another life, a new life, and
Ah, okay.
for is the story for like me and like
Yes,
you
like you,
like
like
me.
me.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
when we talking about is the idea about is the refugee. Uh, I think uh, is the figure I meant. It's not like what is the refugee.
Yes, it's not
It's
the
different kind clothes, different kind face, different kind.
mm-hmm.
I make my style on. I put it on is the refugee, but it's the very different. Is the very different style.
Yes.
Okay. Uh,
And
uh,
what is the difference? Like what is the difference?
Different because is all the artists they have is the style different style okay and my style is the big eyes sometimes I put it is the face open is the mouth because is the like screams
Uh-huh.
what is that happen in that time
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Yes. And you always
and
work with and I see in many different paintings you use these the orange and white street cones.
yes yeah for I want to talking for about is the Mary.
Mary.
Mary opens the hand, okay, and she's a pray to God to tell is the God, please help is that people, and is the behind her is the
Mm-hmm.
destroyed the building,
Mm-hmm.
destroyed everything, okay,
Yes.
and she said to God, please help the people, refugee people, and is the front to her is the girl. She's the put it is the mask.
Mm-hmm.
She want playing for another place,
Mm-hmm.
a new place to saving to.
Yes, this is the character I was trying to understand it. To me, you said that this character is wearing a mask, and
Yeah,
yeah, because it looks like a colonial, like a British, from the 1800s. So it looks like a person from the Mediterranean who's living a great turmoil, but they keep having a mask on their face of
yeah,
like their TV image or something like a reality show or something like that.
yeah. And is the first time is the that one is the Mary when she's is the open the hand and she's praying to God
Mm-hmm.
and she's the one give is the sacrifice to God. Please, they said she said please help the people. I want to give you is the sacrifice, but not is the normal sacrifice, not a human being.
Mm-hmm.
Like is the fake, like is
Mm-hmm.
the what I said is the fake person, or it is not a human being,
Mm-hmm.
and she wanna give to God to is that like sacrifice, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
helps the people,
Uh-huh.
to help the normal people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what did it? And I read an interview that you did um, with Dr. George Bokau, and
Yes.
you said in this interview, "I see, I feel, I listen, and I speak with the souls in between the two
Yes.
worlds, and they are
Yes.
all around me, and they are everywhere." And they leave our reality to trying to search for a new haven, a better place full of friends and joy, yet they are lifeless there because their bodies are still here. And yes, when I was working in with the refugees in Greece, this is how the teenagers would talk. They would tell me when they would tell me, how does it feel to be a refugee, is that you feel like your body is here in Greece, in in this place, but you feel like your spirit or your soul is still back in Syria.
Do you know? Yeah, I'm. I'm not from Syria. I'm from Iraq.
Yes.
Okay. But I want to talking about is the souls, or separate about is the spirit about for a human being. Uh, People, they they want to uh, they want to always, they want to new life. They want the perfect life.
Their dreams, they want their
But
dreams to be realized.
yes, real life is the perfect life, is the good life. They want to stay in the home, and
Hmm.
uh,
Be
they
safe.
don't want is the they don't want to stay and bomb coming to kill is the people when
Yes.
they stay. Okay,
Hmm.
and people, they they have uh, they have a lot of situation. They want is the future. They thinking about future. They thinking about is the يعني all is the percent, all is the person they have, all is the person they have uh, is then memory,
Yes.
and in nice memory, or
The
good memory
memory, the,
in
the memory of beauty.
okay, okay, and they have is the good future,
Hmm.
and after that,
Hmm.
uh, people they come in, okay, they kill, like it's the Daesh coming to
Yeah.
kill a
The
lot of people
ISIS and all this.
for that
Yes.
situation, and the do you know, uh, and after that they said, okay, souls, they talking with the self, okay,
With the
they said,
self.
okay, okay, I am die,
I'm
okay,
dying. Hmm.
yeah, they said, okay, I'm die, but where is the future? Where they go is the future, and
Hmm. Hmm.
that's one soul are separate. They fly
Uh-huh.
in the world, okay,
Hmm.
uh, and they want to uh, continue to life, but
To
is
live.
the another life, is different life,
Hmm.
different is the and maybe they show is that normal people different, like is the like now is the animal, when is the animal, they say they say is the people, maybe they say is the different, when is the people, when is the human being people, they saw in other people, you know
Hmm.
that.
I didn't understand, but wait a second. I just want to tell the public, in case you joined us now, we're speaking with the celebrated painter Sinan Hussein,
Yes, yeah,
originally from Iraq, And you are listening to WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. You can catch us live on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment. You were talking about animals. I didn't understand what you were talking about because
Yeah.
I know you have a lot of half animal, half
You
human.
know, I paint a lot animal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because is that this souls when they die, when they is the normal people they die. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and they become is that and they become souls or they become is the separate.
Spirits.
I think it is this soul they go in the sometimes in the animal.
What do you mean they
Okay.
go in the animal? You mean they transform into animals, or they become? Sometimes they have, excuse me, like it's happening to me now.
Yeah.
They
It's
are they have an animal in their being, and sometimes the animal
yes.
comes out of their
Yes.
being. Hmm.
Yes, like this one. Yeah.
Hmm. Well, I know that in again in Far Eastern philosophy, the
Yeah.
difference between an animal and a human is the animal is living, doesn't go inside of himself. Only the human can go within themselves to this space inside, an infinite
Yeah.
space. The animal
No,
lives
because it's
outside.
this. Yeah, because it's the souls. I'm sorry about it. Because it's the soul, they changes the face. They change like animal. They change like a human
Hmm.
being. But it's the different
Yes,
face.
the different
Different
levels
face
of
like
consciousness.
people.
Hmm. Yes,
Yeah.
and I think a lot of artists from countries of crisis, they begin to paint a lot of animal traits in their humans because they also feel and are living feeling like an animal on the street. They're pushed. They have no time to dream. They have no time to focus on themselves. They have to be outside looking for food, surviving, running,
Yes.
and it
Yeah.
is the
Yeah.
animal, it's the lower brain, is the animal of the being. So it comes out in a lot of the artworks. And when we did the theater production based on your paintings, the actors in darkness all were making a lot of animal sounds and running around the theater, and it was like very mysterious for the public. And they said that they liked that part more than anything, because they were actually even scared, even though it was just a theater, but everything was in darkness and they were all making, different animal sounds. And then from there, they all got together and started laughing and getting very excited and playing jokes and going into the party in the theater
Yes.
production. And then in this party, they were all dressed like your characters. They had the same kind of clothes. They had everyone, not everyone, some people had a plastic colored glove on one hand, which you said this plastic glove is what people wear when they go to catch fish, when they go to kill.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
and then the flowers that were coming out of their hair, and they used the street cones. And so they were very, very inspired by your paintings. And in the party scene, sometimes they will transform into animals, and there will be a victim and an attacker, and and so they try to transform into animals during the party scene also.
Yeah.
What about your
Thank you
life?
so much for talking.
Yes.
Thank you so much for talking. Thank you.
Oh, thank
Thank
you.
you for because you know my my painting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is the details for my
Mm-hmm.
painting.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're one of my favorite painters. Definitely,
Thank you.
it's
Thank
your
you so much.
paintings are amazing. So I envision you also, because I when you were taught before the first times I spoke with you, you were still you were in a refugee status, and you were very surprised when the United Nations, you know how they give the
Yes.
refugees, it's the United Nations decides which country they will put each person in. The person who's the refugee, they don't know where they're going. They're waiting for 1 year to know, to tell them where they should pack their bags and go to. And you were shocked when they told you, an Iraqi, that you'll be going to live in America.
Mhm.
Yes. So
Uh,
how did you, and then I know that also the trip, so the border crossings and the police at the borders, you had
yeah.
you, and I think it influenced your paintings a lot, the to make them animal, half human, because of what you experienced in Iraq. I
Yeah, is that one first time when I come and I told you about it when I uh, they they stopped to me in the board
at the
and they said
port.
okay in the um, some one time in the Boston, another time in the New York,
In Boston
and they
and New
said
York.
okay, yeah, in Boston and in another time in New York, and 5 hours I stay in the airport,
5
okay,
hours.
and I tell them why.
Mm-hmm.
Is that is that normal for anybody
Mm-hmm.
coming in the Turkey? And I am okay. I have in that time I don't have passport.
Mm-hmm.
I have a green card.
Yeah.
Okay, and I can go and I come
You
in
have a green
because
card too, yeah.
yeah, I have green card when I come in.
Mm-hmm.
When that happened that time?
And what did they do to
Uh,
you? They put, where did they put you?
uh, in the room downstairs in the room in same airports,
Uh-huh.
okay, which some people, not just me,
Uh-huh.
some people from Middle East,
Uh-huh.
they come in,
Uh-huh.
and I ask why is that just in Middle East they come in and
Why
they put
only
in
Middle
that.
Eastern people?
I am
Uh-huh.
not terrorist. I am not. I'm artist.
Mm-hmm.
Just I
Uh-huh.
am artist.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And after 4 hours, 5 hours, and they said, okay, go. They don't have anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that when that happened, okay, I go to my home. I thinking about it a lot. And I drawing. I drawing is this
You were drawing.
like this. Yeah, like this painting
Oh my God.
because yeah, because it's the same thinking when I is the go out from Iraq,
Mm-hmm.
uh, no any country they 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 receive this
They don't
the
open their
Iraqi people,
doors to you
yeah,
easily. Uh-huh.
Iraqi people.
Mm-hmm.
And when I go to the Jordan, it's the first time 2003,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, 2005,
Mm-hmm.
when I left to Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
I go to the Jordan. Some people they follow they follow us, and they want to kill us.
Oh my
Okay,
God. Uh-huh. What do you mean?
and
So you went from Iraq to Jordan?
in the desert in Iraq,
Mm-hmm.
because I want to go to the Jordan by the car.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm. By car?
and they follow us, and they want to go and they want.
And
Okay,
were
and
they, who were they? Do you, like, are they with a group, or is it like, are they,
with the
okay.
group, yeah, with the group. It's the 5 people in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we go just is the we go just trip to Jordan because that time in Iraq is destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Is that time,
Mm-hmm.
and the people in that time people they kill other people, and
Yes.
it's very trouble in that time.
Horrifying. Yes.
Yeah, horrible that time. Okay, and when I go on the board in the Jordan, they uh, they make stay in the border 1 day, 24 hours.
Uh-huh. Oh my God.
Okay,
And when
yeah,
they do this, isn't it,
and
aren't you scared because you
is
don't
that
know what's
is that
coming? You don't.
like one in America? It's the same when I become in America. I said, oh, cool, I am freedom now. I am not anything happen.
Yes.
And okay, and this is the like when I go from Iraq. It's the same time 2005
Mm-hmm.
and in 2000, I think 2013 and after
Mm-hmm.
2015
Mm-hmm.
is the similar is that
Mm-hmm.
uh, when is that in the Jordan happened and
Mm-hmm.
in other when in America happened.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but it's very different because I have a green card in America and I said okay I get a new life and no anybody can talking with me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, but um, now it's very different. When I get the passport, I left to America. I stay now in Istanbul,
Mm-hmm.
Turkey.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, when when I go with my passport to I have exhibition. You know that exhibition in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
It's everybody they respect me in
Mm-hmm.
the border and because I have is the passport American passport.
Uh-huh.
And when I have exhibition in London also they very respect me in
Mm-hmm.
French.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's very different now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So what was I going to ask you? So what are you doing? What are you doing now? Like what kind of how has your paintings transformed the content, and what are your inner processes since this last exhibition that I was working with you on?
Yeah. I make last exhibition in Beirut in
Mm-hmm.
Lebanon, in Beirut.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I took my
Yes. Okay.
painting with me, okay,
Uh-huh.
to Beirut. And
Uh-huh.
is the Beirut now they uh, they have is the hard situation there
A hard
because hard
situation.
life
Mm-hmm.
because and that's
Explosion.
happened, yeah,
The explosion.
2 years ago
Yeah.
or
Mm-hmm.
1 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got to Beirut, also it's destroyed
Oh
now.
my God. You
It
know
is,
what, Sinan,
yeah,
I'm sitting with Sunanda, everyone, who's going to be joining us in the live stream, hopefully.
Thank you
and
so much for
and
inviting me.
Sunanda just told me that today they were bombing in Lebanon, which is very sad to
not
hear.
yeah, not today. I'm sorry about not today. Today is that 1 years ago, and that
I know, but today
they
they were
they
bombing
have
too. I'm just announcing it to you that today they were bombing in Lebanon.
yeah, okay, and that day,
Yes.
and when you see is that Beirut, I visited to Beirut 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like this. It
Oh my
is
God.
people they happy. It is is the place in Beirut is very very beautiful
If you have any
place.
questions for him, go ahead. It's up to
Uh,
you.
Jummai's a place.
Yeah.
It is very beautiful place and historical place.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Now it's destroyed.
You know.
Uh,
Uh,
yeah, it a
uh,
place 800 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It destroyed
Mm-hmm.
because that bomb happened.
Yes.
And I make exhibition in Jummaiza,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and a building. Also, this building destroyed, and but they renovation.
Mm-hmm.
They make it the they they put it like is that before, but the renovation is some place in that place. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and is the people they come in and they say thank you Sinan, thank you to make is the exhibition
Exhibition.
here. All is the artists they left from Lebanon. No anybody they make no any
Really?
artist they make
Are you
exhibition
serious?
in
There's no exhibitions in Lebanon?
no
Oh my
no
God.
exhibition in Beirut. Yeah, from 1 years ago until now.
It's such a political irony because all of our arts and cultures, right, are so celebrated amongst the Western world, but not our political autonomy.
I think it is a lot of thinking. No, just is the just what about is the boom happening because also for economy happening. Also is the is the banking they don't have money to give is the people money a lot situation not just is this specific.
Hmm. And how is it now in Iraq?
Also Iraq is not good until now. Is also is the very very bad. Because it's that government in Iraq not good.
And so let me see. Um, one second. Okay. So tell us about the paintings now. Is it how, because I mean, what new spiritual levels have you come to after going through America and then moving to Turkey and with the coronavirus? I don't know what is going on. What did you discover while you were painting? Because I know you evolve your spirit while you're painting, and so what doors have opened for you?
Yeah, I'm travel a lot, okay, and when I travel to is the another country, is that country I show is the different souls, different building, different people, different culture, different a lot different, okay, and that one make me uh, make me I think a lot, and I thought in myself a lot about this uh, uh, is is that place where I go, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and when I come back to my studio, I feel I'm a new one. I'm a new I'm a new person, different that person when that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Now I come from Beirut, okay, a little different style. I make it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, is that in my side? Inside me, they talking with me a lot about is that what is that happen in in uh, in that place and in this time and when is the people they got around and uh, um, they when they talking what is the language they talking. It's a lot saving in my mind and
Mm-hmm.
that saving I talking in my canvas.
In your canvas, yes. You are listening to WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. Please find us on Facebook, YouTube Live, Twitter, and Twitch. Um, Please like, subscribe, and comment. And here we are with Sinan Hussein, long distance from Istanbul, and Sunanda here from with us in Detroit. How are you,
Yes.
Sunanda?
Hi, I'm well, Biba. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
It's an honor to meet you this way. I,
Sinan,
yes, I was about to say, okay, Sunan, may I say Sunan? Is that
Sinan,
okay?
Sinan.
Sinan, thank you. I wanted to ask a couple
Thank you for
questions
you.
about how your artistry is actually impacting other people, not just in terms of your experiences, but your materials, and perhaps if you're also teaching a little bit. Um, are you teaching at all? And would you be interested in sharing your process with other art students? Or do you find that these art students are mostly European students who want your experience more
Yeah,
than your technique?
that's my pleasure. I talking about is the material, and I sure I want to give is the what I have to is the um, children, or is the another artist, or when they people they want to learn is the learn is the art, and
Mm-hmm.
specifically is the painting. Okay, and you know, uh, I put it some kind, in the painting, some kind signature for me. It is named henna. You know henna.
Mm-hmm.
In Middle East, they put it in the hair.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Not just in Middle East. It is coming from India.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it is named henna. They put it in the hair, and they make the hair is the little brown or red, or
Mm-hmm.
is that like color.
I'm
But
wearing henna now.
yeah, uh, when I started to is the paint in the canvas. I put it as the water in the canvas, a little background. Sometimes I put it as the brown, or little yellow, or red, and I put it henna on it. Okay,
Oh.
and they make like spot. Okay, it is different kind. It is make like like
Mm.
ground. They give me like this effect, like ground.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
and after that, uh, I put it as my figure, and my figure. Sometimes I put it the one figure. Sometimes I put it as the figure, and around is the a lot figure in the souls, or in the sky. They fly in the is the center figure,
Mm-hmm.
like this. And I use sometimes acrylic, sometimes I use oil, uh, and sometimes no. Is the I bring pentelite or paint from story from Walmart or other story. Yeah, uh, I think uh, is that sometimes is that they they give effect is more. They give is the more effect in the canvas than acrylic. Is the
Wow.
is the that's acrylic for
Mm-hmm.
expensive acrylic or
Yeah.
expensive oil. Okay, sometimes because when you bring is the a paint from Walmart or another store. Okay, uh, just you open uh, that's paint open, and leave it is the open, and when you leave it is the open
You
one
leave
day
it
3 days
open.
it become fake, and when become fake you can make it as the touch like different kind
Like mud, no?
different kind color.
Uh, that's
Yeah,
really
and I
interesting.
sometimes I mix it with the henna,
Mm.
and they give me like salt,
Ah,
Like
or
what?
so
like rock.
Mm-hmm.
Rock
Oh,
I put
yes.
it in the painting.
the granule.
Uh-huh.
That's amazing. So adding henna actually does more than acrylics, and it actually adds texture to the
Yeah.
paint. And like the earth element, if I'm interpreting it right, because when you were saying ground comes out, that's
Mm-hmm.
beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So I never thought about like an artist like you walking into Walmart. I would have never thought of that. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But I know historically artists have never been completely complicit with the materials in front of them. So wow,
Mm-hmm.
this is
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of do you teach? Do you want to teach?
Uh, uh, I like to teach because I teach before. I
Mm.
teach when I was in Iraq, and I
Blessings.
teach when I was in Kuwait.
Mm.
I teach 2 years. It's different kind of people, not just child. Also, is the artist. I teach is
Mhm.
the artist.
Like,
I like they like a lot is the technique. Uh, uh, but when I teaches the people, they become like Sinan Hussein, and I
mhm.
don't like that.
You know.
Yes,
Mhm.
uh,
Yes.
yeah, I don't like is the people when I touch them, they they make like okay, like figure to me, and like my painting exactly.
Mhm.
Ah.
I think that not very very nice.
You
Okay.
know what, Sinan?
So
In it just reminded me. I think your teachings could be less technical and less actually on the canvas, and
Yeah.
more liberating the artist, and getting them to a place where they can, you know, really express themselves. Like, I learned also from your painting something extremely important, like that was very important for me, that the feet in your painting, the feet of the characters, a lot of times
Yes.
they're turned
Yeah.
inside, or they're crossed one on top of the other. And this
Yeah.
is like because they don't have a home, they're homeless people. And
Yeah.
so
The homeless
the
people.
body
Yes.
the body tries to create this sense of shelter or something, like, eh, with, turning the feet inward. It's like almost the body is becoming the house. And
Yeah.
I think if you look at, for example, if you just look at homeless people, sometimes this sense of turning inwards, is very prevalent. And I think it's just a very amazing thing you've done, because you have this whole world, and in every painting, their feet are there, are
Yeah.
getting ground, and it's really an amazing
wow.
thing.
So on the one hand, like the subjects are homeless, but then on the other hand, when you're talking about your students, um, the problem is they're trying to mimic it and imbibe, and it seems like that they're kind of homeless in terms of having a creative center.
Hmm.
Do you think this is what's actually hurting our souls? That when we try to learn somebody, we simply try to imitate them until we are dissatisfied with our master.
Mm, uh,
What's the
I don't know.
gratification I'm
Yeah.
sorry, go on.
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I interrupted.
It, I'm sorry. I'm not hearing good. I'm sorry.
Oh, I just said it's interesting that on the one hand you're depicting subjects
Yeah.
that are
Yeah.
homeless, but then when you're teaching though, people might have a little bit of privilege to come to you to learn, but it seems like that
Yes.
privilege has them in their own prison where they only want to imitate your art and your experience. They're not looking at the technique as a way to free their own souls.
Yeah. You know, when I teach students, I teach academic.
Mm.
Okay. But sometimes when because I'm graduate from Iraq for academy college. Okay, I finished college in Iraq, and they teach. They not teach us is the good. Uh, we uh, we make us is the good artist. We
Hmm.
learn us.
We teach
We searching.
ourselves. Hmm.
I paint a lot. I drawing a lot. Maybe 6,000 painting,
Hmm.
maybe more. Okay. Uh, uh, you know, every day I make sometimes is that two painting or three painting.
Mm.
Okay, every day.
Wow.
Hmm.
Um, on is the color or another color. Okay, but I drawing every day. When I start was 15 until now. Okay, when um, anybody, any student, um, he want, they want to teach, they want to study paint, paint or drawing. They uh, uh, they want a lot working.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just they just they thinking, because
Mm-hmm.
thinking not just enough. Okay, read not enough. Um,
Yeah.
uh,
And they have a lot of pressure on them
yes,
by the family and by
they want to
society.
read and thinking and working
Mm-hmm.
also.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, after that they get a good experience.
Mm.
Uh, uh, they make good style. They make a new style. They make is the self style.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay,
Okay.
but now when I teach is the student, they don't read. Okay, and they don't thinking and they don't working. Okay,
Uh-huh.
they okay, just they want to uh, uh, they saw is that this painting, okay, that nice painting, I want to
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
copy this
Yeah.
painting.
Yeah, but you
Okay,
know what? It's very strange because like this generation, they are doing things like 5 times faster than we used to do it. And like when I hear a 12-year-old girl singing Aretha Franklin songs, so
yeah,
there's something different about this generation. Their influences with technology and with everything. I mean, when you see dancers on stage and how much gymnastics they're incorporating in their dances, this is very different from like when I was, their age. So maybe there's something different about them.
I think a big part of that, especially in the dance culture, because I'm a dancer, Indian classical, and I've taught and trained for over 30 years, is hip hop.
Hmm.
It's even affected our dance, where our dancers are much more athletic, much more robust
Hmm.
than what we're traditionally used to as well.
Hmm. And I'm just wondering, with all of the influences of information that they have from all over the world, that what they would do with your techniques. I have no idea, where it would go. I think we're at this mysterious turning point somehow for the future. But it was a pleasure talking to you, Sinan. I'd like to bring you back with Sunanda to so that we can see you on the screen next time.
thank you so much. Thank you for is the tell me about this. And I'm sorry about my language, because 2 years
Hmm.
not talking
English.
English. Okay,
That's okay.
I'm
Yes,
sorry about it.
you
You've made
speak.
my hair stand up. You speak beautifully.
Hmm.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Okay. Hope to see you
Bye
soon.
bye.
Bye bye.
Peace.
I'll see you.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
So,
Amazing artist.
a beautiful, yeah, really an amazing artist.